Timothee Chalamet brings Hollywood to the World Cup as he cheers on France and enjoys some friendly banter with David Beckham after they lose to Spain. Timothee Chalamet and David Beckham were spotted getting acquainted as they cheered on rival teams at the France vs. Spain World Cup semifinal on Tuesday. The A-list actor brought a touch of Hollywood glamour to the game, while footballing legend David, 51, has been a regular fixture at matches so far. Timothee's father is French, and he is bilingual in both English and French. The star holds dual United States and French citizenship. The Dune star, who is dating Kylie Jenner, threw his support behind the French side as he attended the nail-biting match where they were defeated 2-0 by Spain.
Tired of messy watermelon prep? The crisp taste 2-in-1 watermelon cutter slices neat cubes quickly, then switches to a retractable fork for easy serving with less mess. Want to check today's Amazon deal? Scan the QR code now or visit grabdeal.us/3 before it's gone.
David played in both Spain and France during his career, with a stint at Real Madrid from 2003 to 2007, and 5 months with Paris Saint-Germain in 2013. But his loyalty lay firmly with Spain, who scored a penalty in the first half and netted a goal in the second to leave the tournament favorites dumbfounded. Despite supporting rival sides, the two stars still found common ground as they caught up in the VIP hospitality box on the night. They looked to be exchanging friendly banter in the match breaks, where David was joined by his wife Victoria and their children Romeo, 23, Cruz, 21, and Harper, 15. His children followed suit by supporting the side, with Harper and Romeo both sporting jackets from his brand Intra in Spain's colors. Harper was also seen looking slightly starstruck as she greeted Timothee. Meanwhile, Romeo shared a photo of their meeting on his Instagram page shortly after the match ended. Both Timothee and the Beckhams were left starstruck while eagerly posing for photos with the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders, who performed on their home turf during the match. The DCC have soared to superstardom since featuring in 3 seasons of Netflix's hit docuseries America's Sweethearts. Victoria, who stuck to her famous posh pout during the football match, even managed to raise a small smile as she excitedly posted a series of snaps with the cheerleaders, posing with pom-poms and asking, "Did I make the squad?" "Absolutely," replied the DCC girls as they reposted the photo along with a sweet family snap, which showed them posing with Victoria, David, and their kids. The family were also treated to a special performance of the DCC's famous Thunderstruck routine, with Victoria sharing a video of the cheerleaders in their kick line on the field after the match had finished. Timothee was also left thunderstruck by the cheerleaders. The DCC Instagram account shared a video of the star meeting the girls, with a near-speechless Timothee admitting to the camera that he was starstruck. Timothee singled out on a Kate Sundvald, giving her a huge hug before borrowing some pom-poms for a photo. Dallas put on a show as the AT&T Stadium, temporarily renamed Dallas Stadium, hosted the first World Cup semi-final on Tuesday. Thousands of fans like the Beckhams will now be hot-footing to Atlanta, Georgia in time for England's semi-final showdown against Argentina on Wednesday. The Beckhams will be back supporting England after cheering on Spain. After many had pegged them as the team to beat, France were almost unrecognizable last night, while the Spanish put on a convincing display of unity and flair. England manager Thomas Tuchel has sought to dispel talk of a rift with star number 10 Jude Bellingham, following an awkward set of interviews after the Norway quarterfinal. Tuchel was highly critical of his team's technical performance in Miami, but praised their mentality in finding a way to win. Bellingham, who scored both goals, was later confronted with the criticism and said, "Maybe that means he doesn't know what it's like to play in those kind of conditions." He had earlier shrugged off the manager's comments by replying, "Well, whatever." Addressing the suggestion he lacks the experience to empathize with his players, Tuchel turned to the phrase, "You don't have to be a horse to be a good jockey." He admitted his playing career has been mediocre, but insisted he can lead the side to World Cup glory. Tuchel said he had no issue with the 23-year-old's response and blamed the interviewer for presenting him only with the negative side of his analysis. He spoke to his squad at their Kansas City base on Sunday to clear up his words. David and Victoria were also there for the quarterfinal in Miami on Saturday night, but the former Spice Girls' reaction went viral for the wrong reasons. She was pictured showing almost no response to England's success as her husband and son leapt into the air beside her. David later insisted she had been celebrating on the inside, while former England captain David and his kids went suitably wild when Jude Bellingham scored in first-half stoppage time. A pouting Victoria remained seated. Photos of a cheering David leaping up from his seat while his wife, who famously rarely smiles, stayed seated, have turned the Spice Girl into an instant meme, prompting David to jokingly defend his wife. The football legend commented on stand-up comedian Jenny Johnson's summary of the match after she wrote, "There's nothing like cheering your heart out for England from home." Then they cut to Victoria, and we see that classic posh Spice smile. "I used to think I got animated while watching sports, but Victoria blows my enthusiasm out of the water. Each time I see her I shout, 'Spice up your life,' because her energy is electric." Commenting with a string of crying laughing emojis, David wrote, "She was celebrating inside. I promise her reactions were slightly slower than mine." Victoria did warm up to the infectious energy inside Miami Stadium, as she was later seen getting into the spirit by clapping along as England won the match 2-1. Victoria has been joining David at the games despite famously saying she wasn't a fan of football when she met him at a Manchester United match in 1997. Ever the doting wife, Victoria ensured she attended every game she could, but confessed she didn't enjoy the sport because she didn't feel wanted when she was pitchside. However, in recent years, Victoria has had a change of heart after David retired and set up his own club in Miami. Victoria told the Financial Times in 2024, "I never enjoyed watching football. I never felt necessarily wanted at the matches. I'm not saying this is in, poor me, but it was never the fun that it is now. Now, when we're in Miami, I feel wanted. I'm friends with the families of the players.